2. This will crush the evil in you. Dream Crush!
Okay, so it seems that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has developed this rodent problem, if you will. What I'm talking about is the upcoming Wind-Up Rat and the newly released Rescue Rabbit from Photon Shockwave. If you haven't checked out Rescue Rabbit yet, go check it out. Basically, it's a rescue cat that brings out 2 level 4 or lower normal monsters with the same name. Now, the important thing behind this is that it brings out either 2 Saber Sources, which is a level 4 Earth Dinosaur with 1900 attack, vanilla monster. Or it brings out Cabazals, which is also a dinosaur, and it's 1700 attack, water. Whenever you Rescue Rabbit out these 2 monsters, you can exceed for the newly and pretty good monster, Evilzar Lagia, or Evilzar Dolka. Dolka is basically a walking war chariot with 2300 attack and it's fire. And Lagia is also fire with 2400 attack that's a Solemn Judgment that can negate spells, traps, or monster summons that do not start a chain. So, this being said, both of them are pretty good by themselves. Now, for Rescue Rabbit, you have to remove it from play in order to activate its effect. So, Levier the Sea Dragon also becomes a very viable card to be using whenever you're playing this deck. So, that means you're going to be using Tour Guide. Now, Tour Guide, say your opening move is summon Rescue Rabbit and bring out 2 Cabazals. Go into Lagia, and because you have a card that's a Solemn Judgment, you're not really fearing the Heavy Storm or the Dark Hole, so you can go ahead and proceed to set back rows like Deep Prison, usually Starlight Road, and like a Warning or a Bottomless. Usually means you're going to be safe. Then your optimal next play after your opponent's going defensive, because normally they're not going to be able to get over that, is summon Tour Guide, and then go into another Tour Guide or a Sengen, grab Levier, and then Levier's effect to bring back Rescue Rabbit. Rescue Rabbit's effects, again, to bring out the 2 Saber Sources and go into the War Chariot, which can negate 2 monster effects and destroy them. So, with that effect, you now have a Solemn Judgment, 2 War Chariots, and a monster that's bringing back remove from play monsters and all of your back rows. Seems like a pretty formidable deck. I would say go for it. It seems good, it probably is good. The problem with it is the consistency issues, which is why I'm not sure if it's going to be topping YCS Kansas City that's happening today. In fact, it should be starting in about 5 hours from now. The decks that can handle this deck real easily, Dark World, discarding Grapha, popping the Lagia, pretty simple. Agents deal with it really well. You just have to drop a big monster before they drop Lagia. So they go with their normal combo, Venus and Gachi. Not bad, especially if they drop a Warning and set a Bottomless or any of that nature. Agents don't generally play a lot of spells or not a whole lot of traps, but the ones they do play, it's usually removal. So agents can deal with it, plants can deal with it. Just go into Leviathan. It's not that hard. The only problem with the bigger problem with the Rabbit deck is that it special summons a lot, which means that with all his Max C running around, if they go Rescue Rabbit effects and your opponent chains Max C, you're basically giving them a free Pot of Greed. If you go the Tour Guide effect into the Levier, well, that's also Pot of Greed, and if you use its effect, well, that's +3, or they draw 3, and then Levier's effect to bring, like, you just see where this is going. It's super amount of pluses. So, Max C hurts the deck a lot. It's being main decked in doubles and triples in most decks, so I don't believe that Rescue Rabbit will be making a huge appearance at YCS Kansas City, but I do believe that Konami will be featuring it for sales and such. Now, the thing about this is, what does that make for YCS Kansas City? YCS Kansas City, I believe, is going to be primarily plants, agents, and D-Fissure of some sort. The D-Fissure, I don't believe, will be making a very large appearance. It'll probably be on the same level as, say, TG Skill Drain, which is still a formidable deck by itself, and it's obviously the cheaper of the competitive decks in the format, but Tour Guide agents and plants I think, will be the dominant decks. But Dark World should make a top 32 appearance because of the newly released Dark Smog, which lets you discard a card, or discard a Fiend to remove from play a card from your opponent's graveyard. This being said, it makes the Dark World Mirror match really back and forth, if you would say. It hurts plants quite a bit, because they can go for the Debris Dragon play, they just remove it, they go for the Spore play, remove it, they go for Pot of Avarice, remove it, oh they have Light in the Dark, remove play the Light. Same thing against agents, it can keep the agents out of the graveyard. So I mean, that being said, especially if you're getting your effects off whenever you're pitching for the Dark Smog, say Snow, Grapha, Beige, whatever, you're maintaining field presence, popping cards, and searching cards, all from Dark Smog, which is DD Crow, continuously through a continuous trap. I think it gives Dark Worlds pretty much the edge they were looking for. That being said, stay tuned to Watch This Kansas City. I'm going to do a follow-up video on it. As always, check out strikesonline.com. They're going to be the guys supplying you with everything you need to stay competitive in this format. Also, if you guys in the Houston area, come down to our tournaments on Saturdays. I'm actually heading up here soon. It starts at 2 o'clock, $10 entry fee, and there you go. I mean, it's pretty good stuff. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Dream Crusher signing out. I'll come back to you guys later with a follow-up video on Watch This Kansas City on why what things topped. See you guys later.